Maya was a kind little girl who lived in a quiet town. Her house was small but cozy. It had a garden full of flowers and a small swing under a big tree. She loved animals more than anything else in the world. She had a small cat named Mimi, and they were always together. But Maya always wished to help more animals, especially those who were lost or hungry. One evening, the sky turned gray and the wind began to blow cold. Maya had just finished her homework and decided to take a short walk near the forest at the edge of town. She liked walking there because it was peaceful, and she could watch the birds and squirrels. But today the forest looked different. The snow had covered the ground and the trees were heavy with white snow. The cold wind made her shiver. As she walked carefully along the narrow path, she noticed a small sound. It was a soft whining that came from under a bush. She stopped and listened. The sound came again. Maya's heart immediately felt sad. She gently pushed the branches aside and saw two tiny dogs huddled together. Their fur was wet with snow. Their paws were red and their bodies were trembling from cold. Maya knew she had to do something quickly. She knelt down and spoke softly. "It's okay, little ones. Don't be scared. I will help you." The dogs looked at her with big, scared eyes. One was white with small brown spots and the other was completely black. Their ears were folded back and they looked so weak that Maya almost cried. Slowly, she stretched out her hands and the dogs hesitated. After a few moments, they allowed her to gently lift them. She wrapped them in her scarf to give them warmth. When Maya got home, she ran quickly inside. Her parents were in the kitchen preparing dinner. They turned around when they saw her carrying the dogs. "Maya, what is that?" her mother asked, surprised. "They are two dogs, Mom. They were outside in the snow. They were freezing and I couldn't leave them there," Maya said, her voice full of concern. She carefully placed them on a soft blanket near the heater. Her father frowned. "Maya, you can't just bring home animals you find. What if they belong to someone else?" "I know, Dad, but they were very cold and hungry. I had to help them," Maya replied firmly. Her eyes were serious. She did not want the dogs to go back into the cold night. Her mother looked at the dogs and then at Maya. "Well, we can keep them for tonight. Tomorrow we will call someone to check if anyone is looking for them. For now they need warmth and food," she said softly. Maya smiled. She gave the dogs some milk and bread, which they ate quickly. They seemed tired but a little happier. Maya decided to name them Max and Luna. Max was the white one with brown spots and Luna was the black one with shiny fur. She sat near them and stroked their heads gently. "Don't worry, Max and Luna, you are safe now," Maya whispered. The dogs leaned closer to her, and she felt their small bodies relaxing. She could hear their soft breathing and it made her feel warm inside. After a while, Maya went to her room to change into warm clothes. She wanted to spend time with the dogs before going to bed. She thought about how many animals might be outside in the cold, waiting for someone to help them. Her heart felt heavy but hopeful. She promised herself that she would always try to help any animal in need. That night, Maya slept with one eye slightly open to make sure Max and Luna were okay. They had curled up on a blanket near the heater, and their small bodies moved gently as they slept. The room was warm, and for the first time in days, the dogs felt safe. The next morning, Maya woke up early. The sun was shining, and the snow outside sparkled like diamonds. Max and Luna were awake, too. They stretched and wagged their tails. Maya laughed. "Good morning, Max. Good morning, Luna. Did you sleep well?" She gave them some fresh water and a little breakfast. Her parents came into the room, and her father looked worried. "Maya, we need to think about what to do now. We can't keep them forever," he said. Maya nodded. "I know, Dad. We will call the animal shelter today. But can we keep them safe until then? Please." Her mother smiled at her determination. "Yes, we will make sure they are safe. But we also need to check if someone is looking for them. We will do it properly," she said. Maya spent the day playing with Max and Luna. She showed them the garden and even made a small path in the snow for them to walk on. She laughed when Luna chased her tail and when Max tried to dig in the snow. The dogs were slowly gaining energy and trust. Maya felt proud that she had saved them. Later, Maya decided to write a small note about the dogs. She put it on the kitchen table. It read, "Two lost dogs found near the forest. White with brown spots and black small dog. Very kind and gentle. Please call Maya at this number if you know them." She hoped no one had lost them, but she also wanted to be careful. In the evening, Maya's parents called her to the living room. "Maya, it is time to prepare dinner. After that, we can talk about calling the shelter," her mother said. Maya nodded and smiled. She fed Max and Luna again and watched them curl up together. She felt happy but also a little nervous. She knew that helping others sometimes brought challenges, but she was ready for it. After dinner, her father looked at her seriously. "Maya, I want you to understand something. You have a very kind heart, but sometimes helping without thinking can cause trouble. You must always be careful," he said. "I understand, Dad. I just want them to be safe," Maya replied. Her mother added, "We know, sweetie, and we are proud of you. Tomorrow we will make sure everything is done properly. For now, enjoy your time with them." That night, Maya went to bed with Max and Luna sleeping near her. She felt a strong bond with the dogs. She knew that she had done the right thing. Her small act of kindness had changed their lives, and that made her feel very happy. As she closed her eyes, Maya thought about the adventures that might come next. She did not know what would happen tomorrow. She did not know if the dogs belonged to someone or if anyone would be upset. But she knew that she had given them warmth and safety when they needed it most. Maya drifted to sleep with a smile. Max and Luna slept peacefully too, knowing that they were finally safe and loved. Outside, the snow continued to fall softly, covering the town in white. Inside Maya's small home, warmth and kindness filled the air. The next morning, Maya woke up feeling excited and happy. Max and Luna were already awake, wagging their tails and moving around her room. She smiled and gently petted them. "Good morning, Max. Good morning, Luna. Did you sleep well?" she asked softly. The dogs barked lightly as if they understood her words. Maya laughed and gave them some water. Her parents were already in the kitchen. They had prepared breakfast for everyone. Maya carried Max and Luna carefully into the kitchen. Her father looked concerned again. "Maya, we should call the shelter today and see if anyone has reported missing dogs. We cannot keep them for too long without knowing their owners," he said. "I know, Dad. I will call after breakfast," Maya replied. She looked at the dogs and saw how happy they were in the warm house. She felt a little worried that they might have to leave, but she knew it was important to do the right thing. After breakfast, Maya went to the phone. She called the local animal shelter and explained the situation. "Hello, my name is Maya. I found 2 small dogs near the forest. They were very cold and hungry. One is white with brown spots and the other is black. I want to make sure they are safe and to see if anyone has reported them missing," she said politely. The woman on the other side of the line sounded kind. "Thank you for calling, Maya. You did the right thing by taking care of them. Please keep them safe until we can send someone to check. We will call you if we find the owners," she said. Maya felt relieved. She thanked the woman and hung up. She ran to the living room where Max and Luna were playing. "They're going to be okay. No one is coming for them yet, so we can stay together for a little longer," she said. The morning passed quickly. Maya played with the dogs in the living room. She built a small blanket fort for them and even made little beds out of pillows. Max jumped into one bed and Luna curled up in another. Maya watched them and smiled. Their eyes looked brighter than yesterday and their tails wagged happily. She could see that they were beginning to trust her completely. Just as she was about to take a break, there was a sudden sound outside. A loud noise of car tires on the snow made Maya stop. She looked out the window and froze. A few police cars had stopped in front of her house. Officers got out and started walking toward the front door. Maya's heart started to beat fast. She had never seen anything like this before. "Mom, Dad, what is happening?" she asked, running to them. Her mother looked worried. "I don't know, Maya. Stay calm. Let's see what they want," she said. The front door opened and 2 police officers entered. They were tall and serious, wearing their uniforms. One of them spoke first. "Good morning. Are there any animals in this house?" he asked politely. "Yes, officers. We have 2 dogs. They were outside in the cold yesterday and my daughter brought them inside to keep them safe," her father explained. The officer nodded and looked at Maya. "And you are the one who found them?" he asked. Maya nodded. "Yes, sir. They were freezing. I could not leave them outside. I gave them food and blankets and they are safe," she said clearly. The second officer wrote something on his notebook. "We received a report that 2 lost dogs were found in this neighborhood. We are here to check and make sure everything is fine. Can we see the dogs?" Maya felt nervous but nodded. She ran to the living room and showed the officers Max and Luna. The dogs wagged their tails but stayed close to her. Maya felt comforted that they were calm despite the strangers. The first officer crouched down to look at them. "These dogs look healthy now. They were very cold and thin, but it seems they are safe here. Who gave you permission to take them inside?" he asked. Maya's father replied, "I allowed my daughter to keep them for the night. We plan to call the shelter today and we have already done so." The officers nodded. "Good. It seems you acted kindly, but sometimes neighbors report concerns when animals are brought inside unexpectedly. We just want to ensure no one is in danger and that the dogs are being cared for," the first officer explained. Maya listened carefully. She felt a little scared, but also proud. She had helped Max and Luna, and now the police were here to check if everything was okay. Her mother put a hand on her shoulder. "Maya, you did the right thing. Stay calm," she said softly. One of the officers spoke again. "We will take a short report and then we may need to ask the shelter to verify the situation. For now it seems the dogs are safe, so there is no immediate problem." Maya breathed a small sigh of relief. She knelt beside Max and Luna. "It's okay, Max. It's okay, Luna. Everything will be fine," she said. The dogs licked her hands as if to reassure her that they were not afraid. The police officers left after asking some questions and taking notes. They promised to check with the shelter and would contact Maya's family if needed. Maya felt exhausted but happy. The excitement of seeing police cars outside had made her heart race. She realized that helping someone could sometimes bring unexpected attention. After the officers left, Maya went to the window and looked at the snow-covered street. She could still see their tracks in the snow. She thought about how cold the forest must have been yesterday. Max and Luna had been lucky to find her. She hugged them tightly. "You are safe now. I will always take care of you," she said with determination. Her mother came into the room with a warm smile. "Maya, you handled everything very well. You stayed calm and you explained everything honestly. That is very important," she said. "I just wanted to help them," Maya replied simply. She thought about how small actions could make a big difference. Even though she was just a little girl, she had saved 2 lives. Her father nodded. "Yes, Maya, your kindness is wonderful. But remember, sometimes helping others comes with responsibilities and unexpected attention. You need to always think carefully about what to do next," he said wisely. Maya thought about it. She knew that helping animals meant more than just giving them food and warmth. It meant being responsible for their safety and being ready to explain her actions. She promised herself that she would always act with kindness, but also with thoughtfulness. Later in the afternoon, Maya decided to make a small play area for Max and Luna in the garden. She cleared some snow and put down blankets so they could run and play safely. The dogs barked happily and chased each other around. Maya laughed and clapped her hands. Seeing them happy made all the stress from the morning disappear. While watching them, Maya thought about the forest and how many other animals might be outside. She made a plan in her mind to help other animals safely in the future. She would ask her parents and the shelter for guidance, but she knew her heart would always want to help. Evening came and the sun turned the snow orange and pink. Maya fed Max and Luna again and gave them fresh water. They were getting stronger and more confident. Maya's heart felt full. She had saved them, and now she could see them smiling with happiness, even if it was a dog's kind of smile. Before going to bed, Maya wrote in her diary about the day. She described finding Max and Luna, taking care of them, and the visit from the police. She wrote about her feelings of worry, excitement, and happiness. Writing helped her understand the importance of being kind and responsible at the same time. That night, as Maya slept, Max and Luna curled up beside her bed. The house was quiet, warm, and full of care. Outside, the snow fell softly, covering the streets and trees. Maya dreamed of future adventures where she could help animals and make the world a better place. She did not know what would happen tomorrow, but she was ready. Her heart was brave and her spirit was strong. The next morning, Maya woke up to a bright sun shining through her window. Max and Luna were already awake, sitting by her bed and looking at her with curious eyes. She smiled and stretched her arms. "Good morning, my little friends," she said. The dogs barked softly, wagging their tails. Maya laughed and fed them breakfast. After breakfast, Maya's parents reminded her that it was time to check with the animal shelter again. "We need to be sure about Max and Luna's owners. We cannot keep them forever without knowing," her mother said kindly. Maya nodded. She felt a little nervous, but also determined. She loved the dogs already and wanted them to stay safe. She called the shelter and spoke to the kind woman she had spoken with the previous day. "Hello, it's Maya. I wanted to update about the 2 dogs. They are doing well and seem happy, but I want to make sure we follow the right steps to find their owners," she said politely. The woman replied, "Thank you for calling, Maya. You have done a wonderful job taking care of them. We have checked reports and so far no one has reported missing dogs that match their description. We will continue to monitor and let you know if anything changes. For now, it is safe to keep them with you." Maya felt a wave of relief. She ran to the living room and hugged Max and Luna. "You are safe with me," she said softly. The dogs barked happily and licked her hands. Maya decided to spend the day helping the dogs adjust to their new surroundings. She let them explore the house and the garden. She made a small play area outside, cleared of snow with blankets and toys. Max ran happily around the area while Luna followed him, sometimes jumping and sometimes sitting quietly. Maya watched them and laughed. Their happiness made her feel warm inside. As the morning passed, there was a soft knock on the door. Maya's mother opened it, and a woman and her son were standing there. The woman smiled politely. "Hello, we heard about 2 lost dogs in the neighborhood. Are they here?" she asked. Maya's heart raced. Could these be the owners? She felt nervous but wanted to be honest. "Yes, ma'am. These are Max and Luna. They were very cold and hungry yesterday. I brought them inside to keep them safe," she said. The woman's eyes softened. "Thank you for keeping them safe. They are our neighbor's dogs who sometimes wander off, but we were worried when we could not find them this morning," she explained. Maya nodded. "I wanted to make sure they were safe. I gave them blankets and food and they seem happy now," she said. The woman smiled. "You have done a very kind thing. We are grateful for your care. Sometimes animals get lost and it can be dangerous for them outside in the cold. Thank you for helping them." Maya felt proud and a little shy. She realized that helping others could bring unexpected attention, but it also brought happiness and gratitude. Max and Luna barked as if they understood the conversation. The woman and her son laughed at their excitement. After the visitors left, Maya's parents sat down with her. "Maya, you see, sometimes helping others can create situations you did not expect. But if you act with kindness and honesty, people notice and appreciate it," her father said. "I understand, Dad," Maya replied. She thought about the police visiting yesterday and now the neighbors. It was a lot for one little girl, but she realized it was all part of caring for others. In the afternoon, Maya decided to take Max and Luna for a walk around the neighborhood. The snow had started to melt slightly, and the sun was warm on her face. She used leashes she found at home and carefully guided the dogs down the street. People smiled and waved as they saw Maya walking with the dogs. Some neighbors asked about them and Maya explained the story simply. The walk was peaceful. Max sniffed the ground and chased a few small birds while Luna stayed close to Maya's side. They reached a small park nearby and played in the snow for a while. Maya felt happy seeing the dogs run freely. She realized that even small acts of kindness, like taking care of lost animals, could create moments of joy for everyone involved. When they returned home, Maya noticed the police car from yesterday parked near the corner. She felt a little nervous again, but remembered how kind the officers had been. She waved politely and one officer waved back. Maya felt reassured. She knew she had done the right thing, and there was nothing to fear. Back at home, Maya gave Max and Luna another meal. They ate quickly, showing their growing trust and comfort. Maya smiled. They were becoming part of her daily life. She thought about how strange it was that in just 2 days these 2 dogs had gone from shivering and scared to happy and confident. She felt proud that she had helped them change their lives. Later in the evening, Maya's mother suggested a small project. "Maya, why don't you make a little diary or scrapbook about Max and Luna? You can write about how you found them, how you took care of them, and what adventures you have together," she said. Maya loved the idea. She got a notebook and colored pens and began drawing small pictures of Max and Luna. She wrote about the forest, the cold night, and how she found them. She even drew pictures of them playing in the snow. As she worked, she realized that keeping memories of kind acts and adventures was important. It reminded her why helping others was always worth it. That night, Maya went to bed feeling calm and happy. Max and Luna curled up at the foot of her bed, sleeping peacefully. The house was quiet and warm. Maya thought about the lessons she had learned in the past 2 days. She understood that helping others could sometimes bring worry or unexpected events, but it also brought joy, trust, and friendship. As she drifted to sleep, Maya thought about future possibilities. She imagined helping other animals, playing with Max and Luna in the park, and learning how to care for them even better. She did not know what challenges might come, but she felt ready. She had faced the police, She had spoken honestly to neighbors and she had taken responsibility for the dog's safety. She knew that kindness and responsibility went together. Outside, the snow melted slowly under the gentle sunlight. The town was quiet, but inside Maya's home, warmth and love filled the rooms. Max and Luna slept peacefully, dreaming happy dreams. Maya's heart was full of hope and determination. She was a little girl who had made a big difference, and she knew that even small acts of care could change lives. The next morning promised another day of adventure, and Maya was ready. She was ready to protect Max and Luna, to keep them safe and to learn more about how to care for animals. She understood that being kind was not always easy, but it was always important. Maya closed her eyes and whispered to Max and Luna, "Thank you for trusting me. We will face everything together." The dogs snuggled closer to her, and Maya felt a sense of happiness and courage she had never felt before. She knew that life would have challenges, but she also knew that with kindness, bravery, and care, she could face anything. The next morning, Maya woke up to a soft knock on her bedroom door. Max and Luna were already awake, wagging their tails and sitting beside her bed. Maya smiled and stretched. "Good morning, my little friends," she said, giving each dog a gentle pat. Their happy barks and soft whines made her giggle. Today felt like a special day. Her parents were already in the kitchen. The aroma of warm toast and cocoa filled the house. Maya carried Max and Luna into the kitchen carefully. "Good morning, everyone," she said cheerfully. The dogs sat quietly looking around, curious about the breakfast smells. After eating, Maya's mother called her aside. "Maya, we need to talk about something important. The shelter called last night. They said some neighbors complained about the dogs being inside the house. They are not angry, but they want to check if everything is safe and proper. They might come today," she explained. Maya's heart skipped a beat. She had been careful and honest, but the thought of strangers coming again made her nervous. She nodded. "I understand, Mom. I will be careful," she said. She loved Max and Luna too much to let anything happen that could separate them. Maya spent the morning preparing for the visit. She cleaned the house, made a small area for the dogs with blankets and toys, and even brushed their fur to make them look neat. Max ran happily around the living room while Luna stayed close to Maya's side. Their playful energy made her feel calm. Around noon, a car arrived outside the house. Maya looked out the window and saw two adults stepping out. They were from the animal shelter. One of them carried a small notebook and the other held a camera. Maya felt a little nervous but took a deep breath. Her mother opened the door politely. "Hello, welcome. Please come in," she said. Maya stayed close to Max and Luna. The shelter workers smiled at the dogs and knelt down to greet them. "These must be Max and Luna," one of them said kindly. "We just want to check their health and make sure they are safe. We also want to take some notes about your care," she added, turning to Maya. Maya nodded. "They are fine now. I gave them food, blankets, and water. I made a warm area for them to sleep," she explained clearly. The workers examined the dogs carefully. They checked their fur, their paws, and even their teeth. Max wagged his tail happily and Luna sat quietly, enjoying the attention. Maya felt relieved. They were gentle and kind, and she knew they would not scold her. After the checkup, the workers took out their notebook. "You have done a very good job taking care of them. They are healthy and happy. We can see they trust you." "That is very important," one of them said. Maya felt a small wave of pride. She had been worried that they might be upset, but they were smiling and kind. She patted Max and Luna. "See? Everything is okay," she whispered. The dogs wagged their tails, sensing her happiness. Then the workers explained something that surprised Maya. "We also need to ask you a few questions. Sometimes when neighbors call about animals, police get involved. We want to make sure no rules were broken. We are not here to punish, just to understand," the second worker said. Maya's stomach felt tight. She had not expected the police to be involved again. Her parents held her hands gently. "Maya, just tell the truth." "You acted kindly, and that is what matters," her mother said softly. Maya nodded. She explained everything clearly, from finding the dogs in the cold forest to taking care of them inside the house. She told them about the blankets, the food, and even the little play area she made for Max and Luna. She spoke honestly, without exaggeration or fear. The workers listened carefully. After Maya finished, they exchanged looks and nodded. "You have done a very kind and responsible thing. You kept the dogs safe and you followed the right steps by contacting us. We are proud of your care," one worker said warmly. Maya felt tears in her eyes. She had been scared that helping Max and Luna would bring trouble, but now she realized that honesty and kindness mattered more than fear. The workers thanked her again and took a few notes for their records. After they left, Maya's parents hugged her tightly. "Maya, you were brave and kind. You handled everything very well," her father said proudly. "I was just doing what felt right," Maya replied, smiling through her tears. Max barked happily and Luna jumped onto her lap. The dog seemed to understand that Maya was safe and proud of herself. Later in the afternoon, Maya decided to take Max and Luna for a walk in the garden. The snow was melting and small flowers were starting to appear. She watched the dogs play and chase each other. Max tried to dig in the soil while Luna ran after him. Maya laughed and clapped her hands. The joy in their little lives made her heart full. While they were playing, a small group of neighbors came by. They waved and smiled. "We heard about how you helped Max and Luna. You were very kind," one of them said. Maya felt shy but happy. She waved back. The neighbors stayed for a little while, watching the dogs play. They shared small tips about dog care and gave Maya some treats for Max and Luna. Maya thanked them and felt proud that her kindness was appreciated by the community. As the day ended, Maya fed the dogs again. They ate quickly, showing their trust and comfort. Maya watched them and thought about how much they had grown in just a few days. Their eyes were brighter, their tails wagged faster, and they were full of energy. She realized that love and care could change lives quickly. After dinner, Maya's parents suggested something new. "Maya, you have done a wonderful job. Why don't you help teach other children in the neighborhood about taking care of animals? You can share your experience with Max and Luna," her mother said. Maya's eyes lit up. "I would love to do that," she said excitedly. She thought about how many animals could be helped if more people learned how to care for them. Max barked as if he agreed, and Luna wagged her tail. That night, Maya wrote in her diary about everything that had happened today. She wrote about the shelter workers visiting, answering questions, and the neighbors' appreciation. She wrote about Max and Luna playing in the garden and how proud she felt. Writing made her feel calm and thoughtful. She understood that helping others could bring attention, sometimes even fear, but the result of kindness was always worth it. Before sleeping, Maya looked at Max and Luna. They were curled up together, breathing softly. She whispered, "Thank you for trusting me. We are a team now and nothing can scare us." The dogs nuzzled her gently, showing their trust. Maya closed her eyes, feeling warm, safe, and happy. She thought about the future and the adventures that awaited her and the dogs. She knew that challenges would come, but she felt ready to face them with courage and kindness. Outside, the sky turned a soft orange as the sun set. The snow glistened faintly and the air was calm. Maya's home was quiet and filled with love. Max and Luna slept peacefully, dreaming happy dreams, knowing they were finally safe. Maya felt proud of herself, knowing that even small acts of kindness could make a big difference in the world. The morning sun shone warmly through Maya's bedroom window. Max and Luna were already awake, their tails wagging as they sat beside her bed. Maya stretched and smiled. "Good morning, my little friends. Are you ready for a new day?" she asked. The dogs barked softly and jumped onto the bed, making her laugh. She quickly fed them breakfast and they ate happily, showing their energy and trust. After breakfast, Maya's parents called her to the living room. "Maya, today we will do something special," her mother said with a warm smile. "What is it?" Maya asked curiously, her eyes wide with excitement. "We want to celebrate the fact that you helped Max and Luna. You showed kindness, responsibility, and bravery. We thought we could have a small gathering with some neighbors and friends who also care about animals," her father explained. Maya's eyes sparkled. She had never thought that helping two little dogs could lead to such a wonderful celebration. She hugged Max and Luna. "You will meet lots of friends today," she said softly. The dogs wagged their tails as if they understood her words. Maya's parents started preparing the house. They set up a small area in the garden with blankets, toys, and snacks for everyone. They invited some neighbors, a few children, and even the shelter workers who had visited earlier. Maya helped by arranging little signs that said, "Max and Luna are safe and loved, and kindness makes a difference." By noon, the guests began arriving. Children ran around excitedly, laughing as they saw Max and Luna playing in the garden. Some children had small pets with them, and others just came to learn about caring for animals. The shelter workers smiled and spoke kindly to everyone, explaining how to take care of lost or stray animals. Maya watched with pride as people interacted with Max and Luna. The dogs ran freely, playing with the children and showing their trust. Max chased a small ball while Luna barked happily and ran in circles. Maya laughed and clapped her hands. She realized that her small act of kindness had brought happiness not only to the dogs, but also to the people around her. One of the shelter workers approached Maya. "You have done an amazing job. Maya, you showed responsibility, honesty, and care. Most importantly, you gave Max and Luna a chance to be happy. Many adults might not have acted so quickly," she said warmly. Maya felt a rush of pride. She had worried about everything yesterday, from the police visit to the neighbors' questions, but now she realized that her actions had inspired others. "Thank you. I just wanted them to be safe," she said simply. During the gathering, Maya spoke to the children about her experience. She explained how she found Max and Luna shivering in the cold forest, how she brought them inside, and how she took care of them with blankets, food, and warmth. She also shared how important it was to contact the shelter and be honest about her actions. The children listened carefully, their eyes wide with interest. Many of them asked questions about how to help animals in their neighborhoods. Maya answered each question patiently, giving advice about feeding, warmth, and seeking help from adults or shelters. She felt proud to teach others what she had learned. After a while, one of the neighbors brought a camera and took pictures of Maya with Max and Luna. The dog sat calmly, enjoying the attention while Maya smiled. She realized that her actions had created memories that she would always treasure. In the afternoon, Maya's father suggested a small walk around the neighborhood with Max and Luna. Maya agreed happily. As they walked, neighbors waved and complimented her for taking care of the dogs. Maya felt proud and happy. She realized that kindness could create connections between people and animals alike. While walking, Maya noticed a small group of stray cats hiding near the edge of the forest. She gently approached them and spoke softly. "It's okay, little ones. Don't be scared. I will help you," she said. Max and Luna stayed close, watching. Maya brought some leftover food from home and placed it carefully near the cats. They cautiously came forward and began eating. Maya felt her heart swell with happiness. She realized that helping animals was not only about one moment of kindness, but a continuous effort to care and protect. When they returned home, Maya's parents were waiting with warm cocoa and snacks. "You did wonderfully, Maya. You are teaching everyone the importance of caring for animals," her mother said proudly. "I just want to help," Maya replied softly. She petted Max and Luna and smiled as they licked her hands. They had become her companions, her little family, and her responsibility. She knew that being kind meant taking care of them every day, not just for a moment. That evening, Maya decided to write in her diary about the entire experience. She wrote about finding Max and Luna, taking care of them, the visits from the police and shelter workers, and the neighborhood gathering. She wrote about the lessons she had learned: kindness, honesty, responsibility, and bravery. Writing helped her remember why her actions mattered. As night fell, Maya prepared Max and Luna for bed. She wrapped them in soft blankets and gave them water. They snuggled close to her and she whispered, "You are safe now. We will always take care of each other." The dogs responded with gentle barks and small movements, showing their trust and love. Maya went to her room, feeling calm and happy. She thought about the future and the many ways she could help animals and people around her. She realized that one small act of kindness could grow into something much bigger. Max and Luna had changed her life and she had changed theirs. Her parents came to check on her. "Maya, you should be proud of yourself. You acted with care, honesty, and courage. These are important qualities that will guide you in life," her father said kindly. "I feel happy, Dad. I am glad Max and Luna are safe," Maya replied. She hugged her parents and felt a warm feeling in her heart. That night, Maya fell asleep with Max and Luna curled up at the foot of her bed. The house was quiet, warm, and full of love. Outside, the stars twinkled and the snow reflected the moonlight softly. Maya dreamed of adventures, of helping more animals, and of spreading kindness wherever she could. She knew that life would have challenges, but she also knew that with care, courage, and honesty, she could face them all. The next morning, Maya woke up again to the sound of birds singing outside her window. Max and Luna were awake and happy, ready for another day of play. Maya smiled and whispered, "Good morning, my little friends. Today will be another good day." She looked around at her cozy home, her loving parents, and the 2 dogs she had helped. Maya realized that even small acts of kindness could create big happiness. Max and Luna were no longer just lost dogs in the snow. They were her family, her companions, and a reminder that care and courage could make a real difference in the world. From that day on, Maya, Max, and Luna became inseparable. They went on small adventures, explored the neighborhood, and shared their story with others. People admired Maya for her bravery and kindness. The community began to understand how important it was to help animals in need. And Maya felt proud to be a part of that change. Maya knew that life was full of challenges, but she also knew that when she acted with a kind heart, honesty, and responsibility, she could face anything. Max and Luna slept peacefully by her side that night, and Maya whispered softly, "Thank you for trusting me. We will always be together." Her heart was full of happiness and hope. She had learned that even a little girl could make a big difference and that every act of kindness mattered. Maya closed her eyes, dreaming of all the good she could do, and the adventures that awaited her and her furry friends.